Circadian rhythm insomnia is common in the trucking industry. And in Lafayette, Louisiana, the oil and gas transportation company Dupre Logistics has a problem.
We were having some serious accidents, and we were having problems with rollover accidents. We were doing everything that we knew, but we didn't realize that fatigue was the problem.
Calvin Burke has been driving for Dupre for over 20 years. Like millions of drivers worldwide, working shifts has affected his internal biological clock, and he suffers from circadian rhythm insomnia.
Sometimes I couldn't get to sleep. You had some long days sometimes and long nights when you worked the night shift. I would have to drink more coffee to try to stay awake. Sometimes was put the window down or put the air conditioner on, full blast or whatever, or the radio, just to keep you awake.
Driver fatigue due to insomnia has caused so many accidents that Dupre's insurer is threatening to pull out. They face bankruptcy unless they can make drastic changes. Dupre turns for help to the Boston consulting company CIRCADIAN Technologies.
The situation really became so serious that it was the insurance company that called us. Dupre were having their drivers falling asleep at the wheel, having accidents, running into things, all of which obviously are things that a gasoline transport company wants to avoid.
CIRCADIAN Technologies are a world authority on shift work. Every year they gather data from over 400 companies and consistently find that shift workers suffer insomnia 3 times more than normal hour workers. They estimate the cost of lost productivity comes to $200 billion every year.
CIRCADIAN Technologies specializes in implementing solutions into businesses that are struggling really with how to best manage those challenges that are inherent in working night shifts. And where I'd like to start really today is talking a little bit about our biological clock, because that's really what's going to drive our rhythms of alertness and when we get hungry. And we went through a series of workshops with the dispatchers who are actually building the rosters for the drivers, really to educate them on what will work best. Volunteer drivers about fatigue. We started with an assessment study to get an overall picture of the level of fatigue within the company. We found that there were several people with insomnia, also what we call excessive daytime sleepiness. So we just got the data back from Dupre, and you can see the big area of high risk for fatigue that we need to deal with. Essentially what we discovered was that through changing the schedules, providing education and training for the drivers, that we could reduce the risk of fatigue-related accidents.
I just figured we just could not do this fast enough. This was knowledge we did not have. We were in a situation where our people were tired and they had the medicine.
Curing the insomnia of individual shift workers is one thing, but it's another to try to fix the sleep problems within a whole company. So Dupre Logistics brought in specialists to help their drivers get more sleep and avoid fatigue-related accidents.
They were really experiencing a very serious problem. They were in a downward spiral to where they weren't going to be in business anymore.
What we needed was some help in setting up our schedules that helped us to keep our drivers not fatigued.
Hey, Calvin. Hey, look, I need to kind of change up your dispatch for the time right now. I got a little station in the back, a little unlaid. Can you handle it?
Using the software program that we've developed that models fatigue, what we find is that when employees know how to get better sleep, know how to use naps to fill in for sleep that they've lost, know what to eat and when to eat it, how to keep their room well ventilated and keeping out all the light, All those things will help a person get better sleep, get more sleep.
But Todd and his team didn't stop at helping individual drivers get more sleep. They persuaded the company to alter shift start times so every driver could get 8 hours sleep before starting work. They also devised a totally new roster, changing the 6 days on, 1 day off model to a schedule with 5 days on and 2 or 3 days off. And they put managers in charge of not just scheduling, but the well-being and alertness of all 675 drivers.
We really had to incorporate fatigue management into our business model. So we educated all of our people within the first 60 days and incorporated that into the orientation program to where every new employee came through and learned about fatigue management.
After just 9 months on the new regime, fatigue-related accidents dropped by 81%. This saved the company over $1 million a year in accident-related costs. Absenteeism and driver turnover was cut in half, and Dupre avoided bankruptcy.
Our whole insurance situation has improved. You know, we're a company that people like to insure. You know, we developed a vision to be the safest transportation and logistics company in North America, and that was kind of our battle cry as we moved through this, to improve the fatigue and improve our overall safety. Looking back on it, it was one of the best decisions that we've ever made in our company.
Dupre is one of the few trucking companies to adopt this innovative, sleep-friendly model, and it's paid off. Every year their profits have risen, which proves that when a company respects the sleep schedule of their employees, everyone benefits.
I am very much happier with my sleep now. Most time it doesn't take me long to go to sleep. It did improve the stuff, around my house. It did with the wife and with the kids. It did a lot to improve our bond between each other. My oldest son is going to be 28 years old, and I just didn't see him grow up. I never was around for him. It's not like it is now, Now you just can enjoy your life.